I woke up one night and realized my own wife looked at me like I was a stranger. When Emma and I first started dating, everything felt so easy. We laughed at the same dumb shows, cooked dinner together even though both of us were terrible at it, and swore that intimacy wasn't just a physical thing. It was connection, closeness, that feeling of being chosen every single day. For the first few years of our marriage, that was true. I felt wanted. Then one day, things shifted. It began with little excuses. I'm tired tonight. I have a headache. Maybe tomorrow. At first, I didn't think much of it. Everyone has off days. But soon tomorrow started sounding like a promise she never wanted to keep. I tried to be patient. I told myself she was stressed with work. I booked us a weekend away, thinking maybe a change of scenery would help. She spent most of the trip scrolling her phone, barely touching me. When I reached out to hold her hand, she pulled away like my touch was uncomfortable. I remember lying beside her that night, staring at the ceiling, wondering when the woman I loved stopped loving me back. One evening, after a long week, I tried to talk to her. I put my hand on her shoulder, gently. Can we talk? I feel like we're drifting. She didn't even look up from her tablet. We're fine. That's the thing, I said quietly. We're not. She sighed loudly, as if I was asking for something unreasonable. You're making a big deal out of nothing. Not everything has to revolve around what you want. What I want. As if wanting closeness in a marriage was selfish. I stopped trying to touch her. I stopped asking. I pulled back emotionally, thinking maybe she would notice. She didn't. Weeks passed. Then months. There were nights she wouldn't even sleep in the same bed. Our home felt like a cold hotel where we happened to share a roof. I felt invisible. Still, I kept hoping she would come to me and say, I miss you. She never did. The breaking point came one night when I asked if I could at least hug her. I just want to feel close to you again, I whispered. She turned, eyes full of irritation, and said, My body is mine. I don't owe you anything. The way she said it, like I was some entitled stranger trying to take something from her. I nodded slowly. I understand, I said, but inside something shattered. She rolled over and fell asleep. I stayed awake feeling like the love I'd given all those years had meant nothing. The next morning, I got up before the sun. I packed a small bag. Only essentials. I wasn't leaving forever, just leaving the relationship behind while still being physically present. I needed space from someone who treated me like a burden. I stopped doing anything for her. No cooking, no laundry, no rides, no help with errands. I didn't start fights. I didn't complain. I simply removed myself from being the person who cared. She barely noticed at first. Then the day came when she needed help. Her car broke down after work. She called me 5 times. I stared at the screen and let it ring. When I got home later, she was pacing, angry. Why didn't you answer? I was stranded for 40 minutes. I shrugged. You could have called someone else. You're my husband, she shot back. And your body is yours, I replied calmly. Your life is yours too, right? You don't owe me anything. So I figured the same goes both ways. Her expression faltered. A flicker of fear. The realization that I wasn't just her silent, dependable backup plan anymore. She started paying attention after that. She tried being nice, cooking dinner, sitting closer to me on the couch. But it felt like she was performing affection, not offering it. One night she reached for my hand. I miss us, she whispered. I gently took my hand away. I missed us too. For a long time. But now, I'm not sure there's anything left to miss. Her eyes filled with tears. Please don't give up on me. I looked at her, really looked. You gave up first. You just didn't expect me to notice. She cried harder, saying she had been stressed, depressed, and maybe that was true. Maybe she was dealing with battles I couldn't see. But she never let me in. She never tried to fight for us together. She shut me out until I stopped knocking. The next morning, I told her I needed time away. I'm going to stay with my brother for a while, I said. Her panic was instant. No, Please, I'll try. I'll do better. I'll be who you need. The problem was, I didn't want her to try out of fear. I wanted her to love me because she wanted to. You only noticed I was gone, I said softly, when I stopped being useful. She grabbed my arm like I was slipping off a cliff. Don't walk away, she begged. But I had already been gone in my heart for months. I left without slamming the door. Quiet exits hurt the most. She called, texted, apologized again and again. She said she wanted to fix things, that she needed me. Funny how love shows up when someone finally realizes they can lose it. I sat alone that night, reading her messages, and felt this heavy ache in my chest. I had loved her so much. I still did, in a way. But I couldn't go back to being the one who cared while she acted like affection was a chore. So I responded with one final message. I needed you long before you needed me. I turned off my phone and let the silence answer the rest. Maybe someday she'll understand that intimacy isn't just physical. It's choosing someone every day. And once someone stops choosing you, sometimes the only option left is to choose yourself. That was the night I finally walked away.